Se sera de sono in Cordabana, in che aurora
Did you know that Earth is covered by 71% water?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know it was 71%, but I know it was most of it water.
So do you think that's possible on a ball? Because all water is flat, isn't it?
It's flat.
Questo ragazzo confuso sono io. E questa è la prima volta che ho incontrato John. Mi ha dato il suo biglietto da visita e mi ha detto di andare a controllare il suo canale su YouTube. Mi ha chiesto se i miei pensieri sono i miei. Certo che sono i miei, li faccio io, di chi vuoi che siano. Poi mi ha detto che ci hanno mentito. Che la terra non è tonda. Però guarda, è piatta. No, si vede un po' che è tonda. Sei troppo piccolo per notarlo. Ma poi quale sarebbe il motivo? Perché dovrebbero mentirci? Per controllarci meglio? E smetti, ma poi gli aerei che volano a testa in giù, dai. No, mi ha detto che ci sono video di aerei che volano dietro al sole. Beh, dà l'impressione che vada dietro però, no? Ma sarebbe pieno di foto del sole visto dall'aereo, in quel caso tutti farebbero foto. Sole, ma guarda, lascia perdere. Mi ha anche detto che il sole è grande quanto la luna. E che la luna è trasparente. Beh, devi ammettere che quella è una coincidenza strana. Sicuro sembrano uguali. Ma sono a diversa distanza. E tu come fai a saperlo? L'hai visto o l'hai letto? Ok, ma non è trasparente. Si vede che la luna riflette la luce del sole. Si vede che è solida, no? Però puoi vedere il cielo azzurro dietro. Ah, non è dietro, è davanti. Tu che ne sai? Ci sei andato. L'hai solo letto. Che magari lui conosce la teoria sbagliata. Ti ha confuso.
I'm on the International Space Station, 𝐤𝐿, and I'm looking back at Earth through a telescope, and I'm looking at a ball. I should see planes flying in every conceivable position around that ball, should I not?
Cars should be driving upside down. You should see boats, like, you know, at the bottom of a globe. You should see
You mean
I should see all that activity at every angle, shouldn't I?
with your own common sense.
I'm trying to picture it. That's actually a hard question I anticipated. What would you say?
Hey there.
Hello, Joe.
Excuse the mess.
That's alright.
I'm never in the house, I'm away too often. Did I ask you that question out on the street?
Yes, you did.
So before Flat Earth came along, I was philosophising about this question, and then when I got into Flat Earth, it all made sense. Then, if I think everybody has a belief about the heliocentric model, then I'm asking people: are your thoughts your own? Has your thoughts been socially conditioned through media, through education, through the government, or is that your thought? So I think that's the crux of the heliocentric model. Is what you think about it your own thinking, or is it being manipulated into your head?
John, will you please tell me when and how did you start believing in Flat Earth?
Well, for me, if I can say, it's not such a belief. It's more like a natural observation, because I use drones and I'm told it works off satellites. So I'd be somewhere remote and I wouldn't be getting a signal from a satellite. Or I'd be in a valley here in Edinburgh, still not get a signal. Then I'd look at my mobile phone and there was no signal on my mobile phone either. So I started to suspect, is that really a satellite? So a few times this happened, and I think this is land-based, you know. So then that's when I started to research evidence of satellites in space and see that any footage you get is most obvious CGI or a cartoon. That's a man in question who produces those blue marble shots, who admits that it's Photoshop, and he uses cloning tools to insert colours, insert clouds, and that's taken at high altitude, and then it's stitched together to form a globe. Now, why do they have to do all that when they've got all these satellites, Hubble telescope, many rockets going up there? Why do we need to use artificial images of the Earth?
John, please, would you tell me something about the street interviews that you make?
Yeah, well I had an accident about 3 years ago. I collapsed on the street, and luckily I had emergency surgery, and my friends were told I wouldn't survive, and I just discovered Flat Earth a few days before that, and my last thought was, bugger, I'm not going to be able to tell anyone. So when I recovered, you know, I went on a quest to tell as many people as I could. Do you think you've been told the truth about the world in which you live?
No, not at all. It's all about Illuminati of shit and motherfuckers of Masonics of shit. Yeah. This is it. Everything in this fucking world is programmed.
Oh man, it's music to my ears.
Yeah.
Do you think you've been brainwashed?
Of course.
Let me rephrase that. We are not told the truth on the media, so you have to be careful. You have to look for your sources. That said, you can get a glimpse of what happens around you if you're careful of what you look for.
Could I raise a subject which I think we have been brainwashed in, and asking you, what shape do you think the Earth is?
Sorry?
I think the street activism was quite successful. We're trying to involve different groups. We've went to every major city in the UK. They're all individual people from around the country, you know, all standing together, trying to engage with the public, which is great. And I've played my little part of that, and we planned on going all over the UK.
So all your friends know about it now, yeah?
Just one of them that doesn't know. She used to be my girlfriend. Now she's an ex, and I wasn't ever allowed to talk about things which are deemed conspiracy theories rather than conventional conservative topics. You know. So if I told her about this one, I think she'd think I was mad. There's a lot of acquaintances which have been pushed aside, but then I've met so many new friends, you know, good people, some really interesting people. I mean, if it wasn't for Flat Earth, I wouldn't have met them.
And to making it socially acceptable, I think all of these individuals can tell you in a year where it's gone and where it is now, and how socially accepted it is to go out onto the streets then, and how socially accepted it is now. Can you imagine where we're going to be in a year's time if people now help to get this on the road? This is a very real thing, and we're really lucky to have all of these people together, because all of these people have been brought together by that one individual.
It is Harry.
I'm talking crap right here.
Harry.
Give it up for that man right there, you know. No.
Oh, come on, you're making him blush. He's blushing.
We're all in it together.
We are.
You know, we're all in it together.
if we get back to gravity again, we don't believe that gravity, the way that you think gravity is. So if I drop this umbrella, it will fall to the ground. Okay, it's not going to fall to the ground, magically fall to the ground. It's heavier than all the air around it. So it's more dense, so it's going to fall through the air. Now, as this falls down, the air is buoyant and will go above it. You know, like that's the buoyancy. So
a ship in the water. Okay. See, all of this stuff is stuff they don't teach you. It's just not to keep you, so that, you know, Xbox, the latest PlayStation, the latest that, you know, always come here and listen to what people have to say because it's eye-opening. Yeah? So he's not mad, they're not mad at all. This is their first time in Speaker's Corner. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you later. Come, let's go.
Critical thinking. That's what we need.
Whoever comes and speaks with me, whether it's a professor, a student or someone off the street, they're not going to be able to prove anything to me because there's no proof for it. What they'll tell me is second-hand information and beliefs. They won't be telling me any facts. And what I do is I challenge what they think is a fact. And that's where it becomes uncomfortable for people because they realise that they can't prove it. So they get frustrated because at the end of the day it's a belief, it's second-hand information. What shape do you think the Earth is?
Earth shaped.
Sorry?
Earth shaped.
Earth shaped?
Yeah.
What shape's Earth?
Earth shaped.
Sorry, and yourself?
Earth shaped. I'm gonna go with Earth shaped. We're English students, not geography students. I wish we knew.
Right. So would it be fair to say you believe you're on a globe?
You're making me doubt everything.
Some people don't care if they've been lied to. What difference is it to my life? They'll say if it's round or square. I usually ask them, do you think that's how the government would want you to think?
Well, honestly, John, I don't think they want us to think at all. That's why I don't think that the Earth is flat. I don't agree with you when you say that the Earth is flat. We don't need such a lie. I think we are much easier to control than what you think. And anyway, you told me that you do not do experiments because you already know that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
And when you say so, are you sure that it is your own thought?
Very good question, Matteo. I think we should always question what we're saying. Is it our own thought? I came across flat Earth before I heard about it on the internet or anywhere, just through my own natural observations. And since then, it's evolved into other thoughts that are not my own. But initially, it was my own thought, yes. This is natural observations. It's very simple, but it's natural observations. If I took these two objects to you at 5 years old, and I said, which makes more sense to you if I pour water on them? So if I'm pouring water on a ball, we all know what happens to water on a ball. It falls off. But if I told you you lived more of this shape, pouring water in it, all water has to be contained, and that water has been contained. And I'd appeal to you as an adult as well as a 5-year-old, which makes more sense to you where water could exist. Because water always has to be contained.